He risked it all to help a stranger, and it paid off in an unexpected way. Alex was rushing through the crowded streets, his mind focused on the job interview that could change his life. He looked at his watch, anxiety biting at him as he realized he had only 10 minutes left. As he turned a corner, he saw an elderly woman struggling with several heavy grocery bags. She looked exhausted, and Alex's heart wrenched. He knew he had to make a choice, help her, and risk being late or continue on his way. He decided to help. "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you with those bags?" he asked. The woman looked up, surprised but grateful. "Oh, thank you, young man. These are much heavier than I expected." Together, they walked slowly towards her apartment building. Alex could feel the minutes ticking away, but he focused on the task at hand. The woman chatted happily, sharing snippets of her life. Alex learned that her name was Mrs. Thompson, a retired teacher who had lived in the neighborhood for over 40 years. She talked about her late husband, her love for gardening, and the joy she found in teaching children. Finally, they reached her door. Mrs. Thompson fumbled with her keys, and Alex took the opportunity to glance at his watch again, feeling the pressure of the ticking clock. "Thank you so much, dear. You are a true gentleman," she said with a warm smile. Alex smiled back. "It was my pleasure, Mrs. Thompson. But I really have to go. I have a job interview at Yachting Industries, and I really need to hurry now." Mrs. Thompson's eyes sparkled with recognition. "Good luck with your interview, Alex. I'm sure you'll do great. Before we go on, I have a question for you. What would you have done in Alex's situation? Would you have stopped?" Alex sprinted to the interview location, his heart pounding. When he arrived, he was sweating and out of breath. The building was imposing, and he felt a mix of excitement and nerves as he approached the receptionist. The receptionist looked at him and smiled. "Mr. Williams, they're waiting for you in the conference room." Alex walked in, apologizing for being late. To his surprise, the interviewers didn't seem to mind. The lead interviewer, Mr. Thompson, looked at Alex and said, "We had a bit of a delay ourselves, so we're just starting." Alex breathed a sigh of relief. The interview went smoothly, and Alex felt confident about his answers. He talked about his skills, his past experiences, and his passion for making a positive impact. At the end of the interview, Mr. Thompson stood up and shook Alex's hand. "I appreciate your patience today, Mr. Williams. I know it wasn't easy for you to wait." Alex, puzzled, replied, "Thank you, sir. I'm just glad I made it." Mr. Thompson smiled and said, "My mother, Mrs. Thompson, called me just before the interview and told me about the kind young man named Alex who helped her with her groceries. That act of kindness did not go unnoticed." Alex's eyes widened in surprise and gratitude. He felt a warm sense of fulfillment and a bit of disbelief. Mr. Thompson continued, "Sometimes the right thing to do isn't the easiest or the most convenient, but it can lead to the most unexpected and wonderful opportunities. You never know how a small act of kindness can come back to you. Welcome to the team, Alex."